Ain't finished with you, Maxxine. Ain't nowhere to hide in show business. You never work in this town again.
Hey guys, Society Reviews here with my review of the film Maxxine. Ty West has created one of the most intriguing cinematic trilogies over the last couple of years revolving actress Mia Goth. In 2022, West released 2 movies in 1 year, the first film entitled X, which was the story of a group of pornographers traveling around the southwest of the United States looking for locations to shoot their film. When they arrived on a small farm on the outskirts of Texas, they ran into a psychotic elderly couple who slowly killed them off one by one, only one girl surviving. A few months later, we got the film Pearl. Pearl was the origin story of the female killer and the obsession of fame that led her to the destruction of her mental state. Pearl was a fascinating character story about one girl's obsession with fame brought her down to a path of nothing but bad decisions, even worse outcomes. West was able to create a story about a girl's desire of fame in 2 movies that only had a budget of $1 million each. With the amount of buzz that the X film series has had, A24 was able to secure a little bit more money and several big-name actors to be involved in the conclusion of this trilogy called Maxxine. Several years after the events that took place on the Texas farm in the movie X, Maxxine Means continues her journey of attaining fame by continuing to star in pornographic movies in hopes that they will launch her to a line of a legitimate film. Maxxine decides to read a part for a satanic horror film that she believes will be the jump-starting point of her career. After landing a part in the movie, Maxxine believes she is finally one step away from her dream. However, a figure from her past has followed her to Hollywood and knows all about what happened that day in Texas when she was attacked. To make matters worse, the city of Los Angeles is under siege by the notorious serial killer named Nightstalker. The Nightstalker is hunting down young women in the city of Los Angeles and is rapidly racking up a massive body count. Maxxine is given the nearly impossible task of trying to protect herself from the Nightstalker and trying to figure out who knows about the murders that took place several years earlier. Not to mention, she still has to manage to be on time for her film shoots or risk blowing up the biggest opportunity of her career. If you haven't figured out by now, Mia Goth has done a terrific job at owning the emotional aspects of this film trilogy. Much like the film Pearl, Goth showcases her acting ability that has allowed her to play 3 different characters, all with similar backstories. The character in Maxxine is shown early in her life as someone whose only goal is to become famous. She goes as far as to claim as a little girl that she will not accept a life she doesn't deserve. This obsession with fame, however, has cost her everything and has no plans of slowing down no matter how many people close to her get killed in the process. Maxxine is stylistically an ode to many 1980s horror and slasher films, and the cinematic style of the film very much is a love letter to old Hollywood system that existed nearly 4 decades ago. The character in Maxxine capitulates the story of a small-town girl who idolizes the television and decides to move to the harsh cold reality of Los Angeles, with the only thing that matters to her is being famous and becoming a star. The entire film franchise is effectively a commentary about how these young women effectively give up their humanity if it means they can attain their dream, whether the outcome of such a decision is for the better or the worse. The film also takes a perspective on the religious culture war of the 1980s. At the time period, so many in the religious right opposed the content that was coming out of Hollywood, much like today. The ending certainly takes a detour towards over the top, but the narrative of the trilogy remains consistent throughout. Maxxine will elevate the talents of Mia Goth in the eyes of audiences going forward, and she'll certainly be in much bigger movies as time goes on. Maxxine is the shining example of how well low-budget filmmaking can turn out with a little bit of heart and a little bit of passion for the craft. I give this film a 4 out of 5.
Maxxine fucking Minx.
Nicely done.
Thank you.